Hey, thanks for your patience. It's Todd Gross. Welcome. Before we start, I want to welcome you. I want to tell you what you're looking at. You're looking at my PowerPoint, but we will be doing a live demonstration as well, and lots of examples of the new Humatars that are being released today. Okay. And in the next several days, there's even more coming. And I'll remind you what a Humatar is in a moment and all that good stuff because we're about to get underway. But you're going to be looking at my PowerPoint, and it's going to be a little weird because it has a little bit of the slides on the left, and then I have the main part on the right. But you'll get the hang of it as we go through it. So let me start out by reminding you that we're going to have a lot of fun today with these real human characters.
Welcome. So glad that you are here for the party. We will be starting soon.
What you're looking at right here, that's Peter, the character Peter, because that's his actual name in real life. And Peter, like Jenny, who you see right here, actually worked in front of both their microphone and cameras. And what they've done is they've spent hours in front of both. Some of the actors and actresses, we've been able to clone their voices with artificial intelligence. Others, we actually have been able to clone their actual persona. So you're looking at, for instance, Jenny. These are really true videos of Jenny, but what it's done is the AI has managed to manipulate it so that all her gestures can be repeated and her mouth can move perfectly and say exactly what you type.
Hi there. We will be getting started soon. Get comfortable. Grab a beverage and check your sound level.
That's right, grab a beverage. That's what I was saying. Thank you, Jenny. Now, of course, for those of you that aren't aware, real humans, real voices, new technology that gives stunning results. You've already seen examples of them, and we have plenty more examples to show you today. I'm going to actually throw another example on here real quickly. Something that we did on Sunday night. Okay. So I'm just going to put this on my screen, the screen that you're watching right now. You can see now why I did the PowerPoint like this. So I'd be able to grab these at any time. I'm going to turn the volume up on my speaker, and I want you to see what we actually created together on Sunday night.
Hello, William. How are you today?
I am fine, Jenny. You look very nice today. Would you like me to come over to your place for lunch?
Now, that was just a little thing we typed just on the spot, okay? And we did that Sunday night, and then we rendered it. And the reason why I thought that was interesting is because we used a two-slide sequence where we started with one scene, Jenny's there, and then she tosses to William, who's there. And we did that without a video editor. So I just
Would you
wanted
like me to come over to...
Thank you, William. That was great. But the whole point is that these are spokespeople that normally would get paid megabucks. You could actually have a dedicated spokesperson for yourself or your business with this product. Now, I know most of you already bought it, so I'm not going to, linger too much on this, but you know, of course, that a spokesperson is very, very hard to gain. The amount of video that you get with Human Synthesis Studio is thousands and thousands of dollars if you were to hire me to do the videos, as an example. It's costly, it's time consuming, it's stressful for yourself while you wait for the finished product, while you have a redo on something that didn't come out perfectly. It's stressful on the person involved, such as myself, who's making the video, because everything has to be perfect. I can't have anything like a feather on my coat, or I can't mess up at all. Sometimes, very often, my collar may stick out, or my hair would be sticking up, or something like that. I have to put on makeup ahead of time. It's really very, very, very time consuming, believe it or not, much more than just audio. So that's how we came up with the Humatars. They're modeled by real humans, which stand in front of the camera for several hours, as I mentioned, and work with 10 hours worth of audio in their microphones, and they speak whatever you type. But at the same time, there's been a real advance in the synthetic voices as well that Google and Amazon put out. So we've included the best of the best in that too. And you'll see that on the inside. Yeah, I mean, it's real professional actors. The the lifelike facial movements we've been working on the last several weeks have been getting better than ever. It's a super simple editing interface to use, so simple that this entire week we've been leaning on it to use it in our business for this very purpose, to let you know when things are changing in Human Synthesis Studio. I mean, it's just remarkable what is going on with these spokespeople, how you could just type and they will talk. You could do all kinds of funny things with it, and I'll just throw examples out there when I can think of them that I have on my desktop. I do have a really funny example that many of you may have missed from the other day. I just showed you the new one by mistake for a second there. The funny one was I said, well, I wonder if these can sing, because somebody mentioned that to me in an email. And I just made Victoria, one of our best, in the upper left-hand side there, sing one of the latest hot tunes.
Got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. 'Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs crying 'cause you weren't around.
Now, she looks like she's really singing there. It does not look like that is an AI character, and it really isn't, because it is a real human being with real motions that are being replicated based on what you're typing. But she really did move her head like that. She didn't really move her mouth exactly like that. Her mouth is being artificially manipulated. Okay, I have another funny one. I'm just so excited to show you these things, what you could do with it. Like somebody just wrote to me, Luann, don't kill me for this. That I put time into this, but I was so excited. One of our people said it was his birthday. So I said, it's your birthday. So what did I do? I said, I gotta say, one of my subscribers' birthdays. I gotta say happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bobby. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, enough birthday, Todd. So I applied my voice there to the character that you're seeing, who is William number 4, and he just perfectly mouthed happy birthday as I sang it. And then I threw in some music that's part of the app. And it came out really cute, so I thought I'd show you that. All right, I'm going to show you some more examples now, too. This was one that we made up for the last right before the last webinar.
Make sure to register for the Sunday night webinar with Todd Gross. We are giving away 10 free copies of the app, and we are also going to give you a 20% off coupon for anything in the entire suite of Humatar products.
That was Victoria, one of our best ones in there. And this is Jenny. She's also one of the best ones in there. In fact, previous to some of the ones that have just been released today, I was saying that she was the best overall.
Businesses have used branding for centuries for individual products, as well as the entire company. They use logos and other graphics and spokespersons. But hiring talent, as spokespersons like myself are called, in the age of radio, TV, and now video, can be stupid expensive.
Okay.
Businesses have used branding for...
And the other one that I really, really like, if you don't mind grabbing a piece of paper, is William number 4. And there's now a William number 5, which I'm going to debut today. But William number 4 in the jeans jacket, really great hand motions.
That's right, Todd, just like me. You see, Todd typed what I am saying to you right now into the app. It's truly unbelievable technology that you can have in a matter of hours, minutes, or even seconds. Input your information below and get notified as soon as we open the doors to Human Synthesis Studio. You'll be on the early bird list. See you soon.
What you do on the inside is you have a choice of picking a voice, and you have a choice of picking the actual actor. The voices that you can apply to the actor can be in any language, but also any English dialect. So it could be, for instance, an Australian accent, a British accent, Canadian accent, Indian accent. I'll give you an example of an Indian accent.
Ifyok, I hope you are feeling well. We are so excited that you are on the launch with us. Don't forget about the pre-launch webinar Sunday night.
How you can make money with this? Well, I've always supplied the material with my team for you to go out there and use your imagination on some of these. There are so many ways that you can obviously utilize these humatars. These are real spokespeople. So, however you would use a normal spokesperson would be how you would make money with these. Obviously, sales videos is where we are using them for already. You're going to see that on the main sales page that I'll show you in just a moment. You could use them for ads and commercials. You could use them for training videos of any kind, including on a YouTube channel. You could have a whole YouTube channel based on these, or you could have a whole YouTube channel about these. Explainer videos are, of course, very obviously a way that you would use them. Voiceover services for the voice part of it. There's an upgrade in order to get just the voice out, and you'll hear about that. Branding videos, meaning you can take these spokespeople and apply it to your business, or I'm assuming you'll get the commercial license version since it's so inexpensive. You'll also be able to brand other businesses with this. You'll be able to go to a business and say, hey, I have a spokesperson that you can use over and over and over again when you have a special, when you want to get a message across to your customers, when you want, for any reason, to change what you want to say to the customers. Your spokesperson could represent that. Educational tutorials, presentation videos, demo videos, animated videos, Instagram stories. I mean, there's just so many ways that you could use these. The AI has managed to take some of the humatars and really do an incredible job on their enunciation as they speak. Watch how clearly she enunciates to the point where I bet you could lip read what she's saying.
Distance can help us create a range of face shapes. Next thing I like to take note of is the distance between the circle and the inverted triangle, because changing this distance can help us create a range of face shapes, such as an oval face shape, a square face shape, and a triangle face shape. And there are actually three main combinations that I like to use, which you can see on the screen. But for the demonstration, I will be using the first combination.
Now, the other thing I want you to notice is several things going on here, which is why I lobbied for this character to be introduced to you. If you look closely at her hands, she's not moving her hands in a big gesture, but she's moving her fingers every once in a while. She doesn't have any sort of green halo around her. We've worked very hard to get her chroma key down so that she is going to be able to be put behind virtually any background.
As an oval face shape, a square face shape, and a triangle face shape. And there are actually three main combinations that I like to use, which you can see on the screen. But for the demonstration, I will be using the first combination and the most common one.
The other thing we're going to see in our demo on the inside is the new Humatar that is going to be released, I believe, today. And this is with upgrade number 1. You get Francis just for getting the commercial, but upgrade number 1 includes the various different outfits. And William, we got him back out in front of the camera again. And before I even go in and demonstrate how easy it is to create these, it's the same thing with the hands basically in place, moving around a little bit. But watch William number 5, Mr. Professional Doctor. Oh my God.
Just spend your money on experiences rather than we all need a break from our everyday life. Going on a vacation is fun and fulfilling, but you can gain a lot more by actually traveling, exploring, and being present at the places you visit. Here are some benefits of traveling. It is better to spend your money on experiences rather than on material things. The memories you collect are like treasures. They will remain forever and will bring you more happiness than some new clothes or other material things. Think how good it will feel when you're old and you.
I mean, I would love to have a doctor that's friendly, that seems so friendly and helpful. I'm going to close out William number 5. I'm going to close out our favorite Francis. I'm about to show you how easy it is to create these humatars, as they're called, and what is actually going on here. First, let's do a demonstration, okay? And let's look at some of the new characters when we do it. First thing you do when you log in is you'll see instructions on how to create humatars. There'll actually be a humatar giving you instructions. But to make a long story short, you go up to this Human Synthesis Studio link right here, and you click on this. Create your AI video. Now it's asking me if I want to leave the page, probably because I hung out on this page that you're looking at for quite some time. So I'm going to say yes. It's always fine to say that. It puts you right back where you want. So basically, I'm on the create page now because you saw I just pressed create your AI video. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll over and I'm going to choose one of the new ones and this, by the way, is a new bonus. She's very good. Claire number 1. I didn't even mention her. I know there's a lot of characters and it really only takes one to be a great spokesperson. You only really need one. One of the reasons why there's so many in here and they're improving all the time is so that there's not duplication and you have a choice so that, not everybody's using the same one. Francis number 2, right here. We're going to grab her. I'm going to click on her. Then we're going to choose by scrolling down where she is going to be. And I want to show this is actually very, very important. All right. I'm doing training here right now to show you how to use this most effectively. So you can put her in the bottom left, the middle center, the middle right, the bottom right, or the bottom center. Now that could be used in different ways depending on the kind of video you're making and what you want to show as the backdrop. You have a choice of putting them in various different locations on your screen as a full person or as what we call a circle. All right, let's go back and I want to show you now what you could do with the backgrounds. So we were choosing Frances number 2 in her elegant outfit, but now we need a background. Now we could either put a background that, if you look here on the right, in the bottom right, backgrounds that are include scenes like this, where it looks natural that she's standing there. We have other scenes, though, where it may look a little bit odd, if I have to say so. Like this, she looks, it's pretty good, but she looks a little bit small compared to the backdrop. Plus, remember how I said before, we purposely made these backgrounds not so clear for depth of field? Well, what if you don't like that and you want a really crisp, clear background? Well, that's easy to do. You just click on Add Image. And then what you do is you just browse your files and you add an image. Now, we've already loaded some images in here, such as this. Now look, she's in front of a Welcome to Human Synthesis studio background. Okay? So we've actually put her, we could put her in this case, she would look good even small in the bottom left, so she's not taking up too much real estate, since this isn't an outdoor or an indoor scene. This is a, page kind of scene. So in this case, she would look good bottom right, bottom left, bottom center, or larger, like here, or so she's not covering the text. When I was doing TV weather, we always knew to stand away from the text like that. Right? You want to stand away from what you're trying to show. So it's really easy to add images, but also you could put videos in. So in this case, for instance, this is a video, which I'm selecting right now. and she's standing in the wrong spot. Let's put her in the middle left. Now she's framed up correctly. But now she's covering the text. So what do we want now that we're playing the video? We want to move her over a little bit and make her smaller so she's not covering the text. You see how you can manipulate it depending on what you're doing in your slide that's going behind. She's out of the way right now, for instance. So you could add images, you could add videos, you could add colors, and what's so important about the colors is that the green is green screen compliant. It works really, really well as a green screen background. Now, what does that mean? That means if you import this into a video editor that does green subtraction, as almost all of them do now, then you could put her in front of any other background there too and manipulate her in additional ways to how you can manipulate her inside Human Synthesis Studio. Now, obviously, she already is in front of a transparent background, right? Because in terms of the image, we're able to put her in front of any image. So she's already in front of a transparent background. But if you want to import her into another editor of any kind and do anything you want with her or any of the Humatars, well, isn't it wonderful that we have a green color like that you could use? You could also use blue. Blue is another color that could be subtracted very easily in video editing programs. But green is the most common that is used because most people do not wear a Kelly green color, a bright green color. They just don't. Now that we have her in front of green and we want her to talk, well, maybe for the talking, let's put her in front of one of our real images. There we go. Here's a really nice, I really like this particular background. So why don't we just put a script in? So what I want you guys to do, I want you to write a sentence real quick. Anyone, just write a sentence. I'll take the first couple of sentences you write, not me, you, and I'll put it in here and we'll pick a voice for her. Okay, you guys are writing things. All right, so when I play back what she's saying, she won't actually lip sync it until we render it. All right, but you'll be able to hear how it sounds. And I can actually choose the language based on what you wrote. So the first thing, one of you wrote Welcome to the Future, and the other wrote Take Me to Your Leader. So I have to pick a voice for her. So I actually first have to pick the language. Now, the languages, as you can see, are many. There's dozens of languages. But we'll assume that you want the English language, which has the most choice. And we're going to pick a regional dialect. Now, earlier I told you my favorite actors and actresses in terms of languages happen to be not only real humans, but some of the AI produced ones, such as Arya or Emily. Emily happens to have a nice UK accent that works very well with this particular character, in my opinion. So I'm going to pick that right now, and I'm going to play it.
Welcome to the future. Take me to your leader.
Okay, you guys told me to say that. You guys did. Now I'm going to pick out something else that's not English that you asked me to write. Hold on, just hang in there for a second. I'm actually going to show you how to do a foreign language now. Okay, I'm recognizing this as French, so I'm going to go over to French. Well, I know this has something to do with the garden, all right, from my middle school French. French Canadian. Real human voice French. Let's try that first, the real human voice French.
La plume de ma tante est dans le jardin.
Okay, let's go to Canadian French.
La plume de ma tante est dans le jardin.
I like the first one better. Here's the third.
La plume de ma tante est dans le jardin.
And the fourth.
La plume de ma tante est dans le jardin.
It's pretty good. And the last one.
La plume de ma tante est dans le jardin.
That's really good. All right, so in order to render this now, let me show you what you need to do. Before we render, how about we add another slide so that you can see how the slideshow feature works? Because you can make a whole video out of this with different scenes. So right here, you see, this is really easy to do, obviously, but I'm going to add slide. And now we're going to choose a different character because I could show you another new one that you're going to be getting with the upgrade in the next couple of days. And that's Susanna number 3. You've already seen William number 5. Let's do Susanna number 3. Kind of wearing a chef's outfit. Let's put her in front of a kitchen table sort of thing, just for now. I'm looking for basically a kitchen sort of thing. I would just upload one now or download one and then upload it to the software, but it'll take too much time. And I want to, offer this product to those of you that are like itching to get it. So why don't I just use this scene right here? And I'm going to look through your comments and I'm going to have her say something as well. I'm going to take it from the scripts that you're giving me. All right, this has nothing to do with cooking, but I like it. There are not many things in life that you can be sure of, except, now notice I'm putting a comma in for a pause. Rain comes from the clouds and sun lights up the sky as hummingbirds fly. Let's see how well she does that in English, and let's give it a dialect. Remember my favorite female English voices? Well, let's do an Emily. That's a UK sound. Let's see if the commas work. Commas and periods create nice pauses.
There are not many things in life that you can be sure of, except rain comes from the clouds and sun lights up the sky as hummingbirds fly.
Well, that was nice and soft and gentle and interesting, but not my favorite. So let's look for another one. Mia. Mia is very good.
There are not many things in life that you can be sure of, except rain comes from the clouds and sun lights up the sky as hummingbirds fly.
Pretty darn good. So let's now take this and actually render it. So we have 2 different scenes. First, we have Francis, and then we have Susanna, and we have to agree to the terms below. We close, we click on create video. We could use the soundtrack if we wanted. On that happy birthday one you heard, I used the soundtrack, and then just press create video. Add video title. Webinar Wednesday. Okay. Video title is called Webinar Wednesday. Create video. Quick heads up, video might take a bit longer than usual to render. Bear with us. It is true because of the initial surge of purchases. See how it says 3 hours? It won't take 3 hours. It's been taking well under half the time. But honestly, it may be after the webinar ends today. And the reason would be, if that happens, because of all the initial push of people getting on there. But quite honestly, you can see all the videos that I have been creating over the course of the last several days. I did one 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 8 hours ago. We've been just banging them out because it's not always backed up, and we're adding servers all the time to make it last. So when you get in there, if you initially see it saying a couple of hours to render the video, first of all, it's not going to take that long. That's the worst case scenario. And secondly, we are aware of it, and it hasn't been taking that long, and it's been coming and going, and it's under control. We are definitely in control of that for real. So you don't have to worry about that. Hey, it's Todd Gross, and something that I did not think was possible has been achieved, and I've actually been part of it, ironically. That's actually my Humatar, which I'm keeping to myself. I'm sorry, gang, but I want you to know that actually is, the technology is so good that I was able to recreate myself like that.